Yeah. Come on in. Come on in the room, y'all. What's going on, man? Welcome to another episode of Tariq Radio. Glad to have y'all tuning in. We're ready to chop up that good game, as we always do, ladies and gentlemen. Today's show is brought to you by Mike's Uncut. M-I-C-S Uncut. That's an emerging talk show which strives to be the primary source for underground artists, entrepreneurs, game changers, and other people seeking to change and share their journey and showcase their talent. Now climbing to its third season, Mike's Uncut features poets, authors, singers, rappers, boxers, upcoming chefs, health and fitness experts, and much more. You can view the episodes at Mike'sUncut.com or on YouTube. Go to Mike's Uncut on YouTube. If you're interested in appearing on the show to tell your story, fill out a guest appearance request form on the website, and sponsors include the Benu Project and Keandra Shante. All of them are on Twitter. So the Mike's Uncut on Twitter and on YouTube, Mike'sUncut.com. But we're going to get real deep today. We're going to have a real heavy conversation. We're going to talk about the Kamala con game, because there's a con game being run, and we're going to have to be smart enough, which we are, to peep the game and not fall for the okie doke. So it's going to get heavy tonight. So why don't y'all grab some popcorn, grab you something to drink, hold tight. We'll be right back after these messages.
Yo, you still ain't getting women? Really? Come on, son. You need to go to badboymembership.com and step up your game. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I'm telling you that if you really want to attract beautiful women, you need to go to badboymembership.com. This is where you get 45 through 90-minute step-by-step dating advice tutorials every month. Just sign up, follow the advice, and you'll get the women you want. Go to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.
What's up, family? If you make music and you're serious about your craft, then you need to go online and visit my friends over at legendarymix.com. They have the experience you need to get the job done right. With almost 20 years behind the boards, their expertise is unmatched. Legendarymix.com delivers professional audio mixing and mastering for a great price and a fast turnaround time. As a bonus, sign up to the email list at legendarymix.com and receive a discount link and free music marketing ebook. So don't hesitate. Get started right now. Visit legendarymix.com or send a text to 347-565-5892 or shoot them an email at music@legendarymix.com. Are you looking for a 100% natural beard product that cleans the skin under your beard and it stimulates growth? Then check out Beard Tree Oil and Herbs, LLC. They promote healthy beards over everything. They offer a full line of products including beard and face wash, balm oil, mist, and detox. So treat yourself to the Beard Tree 3 package, which includes the wash, balm, oil for just $25. For best results, check out the Beard Tree 5 that includes all 5 products for just $50. So check this out, all at beardtreeoilandherbs.com. That's beardtreeoilandherbs.com, or follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Beard Tree Oils and Herbs. Attention parents and teachers, are you tired of your children listening to music that glamorizes drug use and negative stereotypes? If so, check out Gifted and Lit. Gifted and Lit is an award-winning educational program that uses hip-hop to teach children mathematics, science, self-esteem, and much, much more. This is a Black-owned product that needs to be supported. Go to giftedandlit.com to order their program today. Remember, that's giftedandlit.com. Yo, are you a fan of personal development and self-help? Loving hip-hop? You love to listen to podcasts? Well, check out my man Poe at PoePoliticking.com. This was founded in 2008. Poe Politicking is a self-help meets hip-hop brand, and with each interview, they teach the babies and they share success secrets with you, the listener. Past guests of the show include Yo Gotti, Currency, MC Light, Dead Prez, Rashida, Gorgeous Dre, and so many more special people out there in the game. So Poe Politicking has featured over 500 guests. Subscribe to his podcast on iTunes and listen to their most recent interview with Rap-A-Lot founder Jay Prince and rapper Big Pooh from Lil Brother. So check them out right now. Go to their website, poepoliticking.com, and follow them on social media at Poe Politicking. Yo, cupcake season is right around the corner, family, and you need to get your fragrance game all up in order. So you need to check out ashkickin.com. That's a black-owned business that sells all natural health and beauty products, and it also has fragrance products. You can get beauty products such as body butter, hair moisturizer, face moisturizer, unique incense burners, incense sticks, scented candles, and so much more. So again, you need to check out ashkickin, that's KICKIN.com.
The year is 2079. The futuristic nation of New Albion has been created to maintain a new racial apartheid system. There is a planned genocide that is going to target the nation's black population. A small group of black revolutionaries band together to launch guerrilla warfare attacks against their oppressors. Do they fail, or do they succeed? Find out the answer by reading the book Avoid the Machines, the new novel by author Scotty Vasco. Avoid the Machines, now available on Amazon and BarnesandNoble.com.
You are now tuning in to the King of Game, Tariq Elite on Tariq Elite Radio.
I am delivered. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. How are y'all? Welcome to Tariq Radio. Boy, we're going to chop up some great game tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys have Hidden Colors 1, 2, 3, and 4, the Hidden Colors 1, 2, 3, and 4 DVD. We are working on Hidden Colors 5. Man, that thing is going to be a monster. Hidden Colors 5 is going to be phenomenal. It's looking great so far. I'm working feverishly trying to get it out hopefully by June. I really want to get it out by June. So who the hell do I hear my kids? But yeah, I'm working to get that popping now. I'm working hard. I'm trying to really clear a lot of time so I can work on it all day and all night. I might have to go out of town somewhere where I can really concentrate and just work on it from sun up to sundown and get it popping. But Hidden Colors 5 is going to be a monster. It's looking so good so far. We got the first, the rough cut came in at 3 hours and 30 minutes. So we got to cut a lot of stuff out. And, that's the hard part, finding what stuff to keep and what stuff to take out, because there's so much hot fire in it. And I hate cutting stuff out, but, it's a tedious process. But we're making it do what it do, guys. So HC5, we're looking at I'm looking at June. We're looking at around June to get it popping for you. So I will keep you guys posted as far as that. But anyway, man, there's a lot of stuff that we got to talk about on today's show. We're talking about Kamala Harris. Now, a few days ago, Kamala Harris, she's a politician from out here in California, where I live, and she's running for president. She is running for president. You dig? And a lot of people got some mixed reviews about it. A lot of people got some mixed things about her running for president. And I'm one of them. And a lot of people within black society, they feel a certain way about her running because her track record is bad. She has a very bad track record, especially when it comes to black people. She has a very bad track record when it comes to black voters, and not only a bad track record, very detrimental as far as the criminal justice system, her protecting race soldiers, her not prosecuting certain people and prosecuting certain officers, and just real sketchy stuff depending on certain cases you look at. Her track record is just simply not good when it comes to black people. So a lot of people are saying that she's basically Obama in a dress. And they're very accurate with that. Now, you can look up some of the stuff about her. Policies are just not that good for black people. And I go so far as to say her getting elected as president would be very detrimental, dangerous to black society. And the thing is, Kamala Harris never really identified with black Americans. See, people try to run this con game. Kamala Harris, her mother is East Indian and her dad is Jamaican. And we have to understand that a lot of people who come from the Caribbean, not all, but a lot of them, when they get here, a lot of immigrants, and I've been talking about this for months now, a lot of them don't really identify with black Native Americans, descendants of slaves, descendants of slavery. They don't really identify with us over here, even though there was slavery in the Caribbean. And speaking of Kamala Harris's situation, they come from that Caribbean mulatto class. And we got to understand this. The mulatto class in the Caribbean countries are a little different from the ones here. You know, we got a mulatto class like the Boulay type of niggas. You know, we got that. But generally, you know, you can have a lot of mulattoes over here who come from, you know, poor families. You know, that's fairly common. You got a couple of sisters that might have laid up with a white dude. A brother might have laid up with a broke white girl or whatever. So you got mulattoes from all different classes here in the continental U.S. But in the Caribbean, usually the mulatto class, they are on a social scale. They're socially higher than the other black people in the Caribbean, especially in places like Haiti, especially in places like Jamaica, especially places like Cuba. You understand? So by saying somebody is Jamaican, that when you think, okay, Jamaican, you think somebody who's, okay, damn, Jamaican, they down. But no, you got a very bougie class of Jamaicans and who don't really identify. They don't think of themselves as other black people. And her dad, Kamala's dad, he almost looks like an East Indian himself. And, you know, they're direct descendants of a slave owner. I think his name was Hamilton Brown. In the 1800s out there, he was a very infamous slave owner. He was an Irish slave owner. So they're directly descended from him. So they acknowledge this. There's a town in Jamaica called Brownstown that's named after the Kamala Harris's family, their slave-owning great-great-great-great-granddad. So there's a lot of the colorism is on a different level there. So a lot of them, they don't really identify with black people. Now, people will identify when it's convenient, and I always talk about this. Whenever election season comes up, everybody's black than a mug. When election season pops up, everybody's black now. And with Kamala Harris, she's really trying to black it up. They're doing the old Democratic thing where they're going to start playing up her blackness. There was a video clip she released a couple of days ago where she was in a restaurant. And remember, Kamala Harris, whenever they ask her what her race is, she will, the first thing she'll say is, I'm Indian or I'm Asian. She throws out all these different things, these racially ambiguous terms, just like Obama did. Now, and on the side note about Obama, if you notice now when Obama was running, they were playing up the, I'm black, you know, they were playing that up. But now when you look at Obama, he says shit like biracial now. He's throwing that biracial word around a lot now. Because he don't need to fake the funk. And let's be real, Obama didn't really identify with black society. You understand? So the thing is with Kamala, I don't know which syllable to place emphasis on, so I will interchange the pronunciation of her name, so don't trip. So Kamala, she has been racially ambiguous. You don't know what she is, or you didn't know what she was just by looking at her. And she uses that to her advantage to kind of cater to kind of every group. But now what they want to do, they really want to get that black vote. The Democrats want to get that black vote. And unfortunately, they still have so little respect for black society. They think we're stupid as hell. They want our vote, but they have so less of a respect for us. They have so little respect for us. They just think black people are dumb as hell. And their tactic is to try to dumb us down, do little dumb tactics, and then try to browbeat us into going along with their dumb tactics. Very disrespectful. But again, Kamala Harris, there's nothing about her that shows that she has any kind of connection with Native Black American people. Plus, she has a white husband, so that even makes people question more her credentials, quote unquote. But anyway, she did a video the other day where she was at a restaurant with some friends, and this is the first time I saw Kamala Harris with her hair pulled back. Her hair was pulled back, which struck me out. I'd never seen her with her hair pulled back. So she had her hair pulled back so you can see her edges, her ethnic edges. And I tweeted this, and I broke the internet when I tweeted this. I've been having white supremacist trolls and their Negro minions my thing went viral. So they've been all in my mentions pretending to be butthurt. And I'm going to get on that strategy, what they're doing right now. So she let her little edges sweat out, pulled her hair back, and somebody had a phone with Cardi B playing, and she was dancing to Cardi B. It was embarrassing. It was cringe-inducing. They were trying to make it seem like, oh, this is how she is when she's kicking back in the public eye. Yes, she has the weave and all the hair down, whatever she got on her head. But when she's in the comfort of her own home, she blacks it up at home. So that's the kind of narrative that they're trying to spew. And people were calling it out. Now, if you're looking at the show live right now, look at the picture. The picture that you see, this is a real picture from her Twitter. She tweeted this a couple of weeks ago during the Golden Globes. This is a picture if you're looking now. In the picture, in the tweet, she said, yeah, I'm at home watching Golden Globes, rooting for Black Panther. So she has that hair pulled back again, which you rarely see her with that hair pulled back. Now the hair is pulled back to give her a more ethnic look. And she has on an HBCU shirt with the Black Panther in the background. Pandering like a mug. You've never seen her like this. She's really, really trying. And when we point this out, do you know that any black person who points out this pandering and how fake it looks, their tactic, her team and the white funded liberals, their thing is they're going to start attacking black folks who point this out. Their whole thing is that's black on black racism to say that. She's just being natural. How dare you say that? Maybe she just likes to listen to music. They're talking to us like we're dumb. This is fugazi as hell. And really the only black people that you see co-signing this fakery, you see immigrants, black immigrants, they're co-signing her heavy because she's a second-gen immigrant on both sides. You see the LGBT community co-signing this. You see suspected white supremacist liberals co-signing her because they're all going to benefit. And you see swirlers. But when we start talking about policy, what's going to benefit black voters for voting for you? All of a sudden, we get these vague answers. Oh, no, it's not about race. She launched her campaign on Dr. MLK's holiday. She made this whole HBCU speech and all this old stuff, and she launched on a very significant black holiday. So you know, they do all this black stuff, but when you say, okay, I see you got your edges out, you taking pictures in front of Black Panther, you got your Howard University shirt, you're talking about MLK, you're talking about Shirley Chisholm, you're really blacking it up. Okay, so the media is talking about you could be the first black female president. Okay, good. We got a lot of blackness on the table all of a sudden. Okay, so what's going to happen? What's going to come to black people for voting for you? Oh, wait a minute now. Hold on. Let's not make it about race now. Let's not make it about race. You see, when it comes to giving up some of those benefits, some tangible things, let's not make it about race. This is a con game. It's the benign neglect policy all over again, and black Americans, we are not going to stand for it. We need to be 100% on code. The white supremacist liberals, they already have co-opted the Negroes at the root. They've been attacking people relentlessly at the root. We even started a hashtag today, family, and y'all need to get on that. It is called Mute the Root. We're going to have to start counter-striking these people who are going to try to browbeat us and denigrate us and try to force us and shame us into going along with this con game. We're not going to have white supremacy with a black face anymore. We fell for that with Obama. We, as native black Americans, descendants of slaves, we're not going to cape for any other groups. That's done. We're not caping for any other groups. These disrespectful ass people who try to punk us out after we fought and done everything we could to help get them over here, that's going to stop. I had some East Indian dude try to get in my mentions and get disrespectful. Some blue check guy, I don't know who he is, but he has a blue check, so he jumped in my mentions trying to defend Kamala, and I had to stop him. I said, wait a minute, buddy, your tone is very disrespectful. He was bragging about how he's a second generation immigrant. And I said, well, you need to show some damn respect because I ain't no immigrant. I come from the bloodline of the people who founded this country. We are the foundation of this country. We built this country. Native black Americans are not immigrants. We different. So you ain't gonna talk to me or other native black people jacked up. That's gonna stop. Y'all not gonna be disrespecting us like that, and especially if you're a first or second generation immigrant. That's gonna stop. And I had to get him right because it was black folks that helped fight to get you over here as an Indian immigrant. And on top of that, after we get you here, you have shown nothing but contempt for black people. Your people collectively, and I want you listening, if you're an East Indian person, your people collectively have shown nothing but contempt for black Americans. So you can sit your ass down and shut all the way the hell up when it comes to talking to us about anything. We've bent over backwards to help you. When you get here, we help get you an economic base. And to show us your appreciation, you have disdain for black society. That's going to be done. We ain't caping for you. Y'all take on the same ideology as your leaders. All of our leaders within the last 50 years has bent over to help you, starting from King, from Jesse to Sharpton, to all these black mayors in all these cities, to Obama. All the people that we elect go out of their way to help these immigrant groups come over, especially those East Indians. They let y'all come over. And what do your leaders do, East Indian people? Y'all leaders like Gandhi, who couldn't stand black people. Gandhi hated black people. Gandhi despised black people. And y'all have that same anti-black hatred. Sit your ass down and be quiet, and don't you say nothing to another native black American person. How dare you? That's how I deal with them. None of them can even fix their damn mouth to say anything to me about nothing except thank you. Motherfucker, you welcome then. That's all you can say to me is thank you. And black folks, y'all better get your minds right. Understand, you're not obligated to cape for all these other people. Black Americans, if you are a Black American, you've done enough. You got to shut people down with the BS. Black Americans, Native Black Americans, descendants of slavery, you've done enough. If it was not for you, your people, your bloodline, and that free labor, none of these people, including the white immigrants, would have a country to come to in the first damn place. Because I get them right too. They come over here and start lumping themselves in with whiteness, but before you were white, you were Irish and you were broke and you didn't have shit, and you came over here to a country we built. And if it wasn't for free African labor, you'd be somewhere scratching ticks out your ass eating a potato. So you get right too. We got to start letting people know what the deal is, and we're going to have to start circling our wagons and not let people talk to us any damn kind of way. Black Americans, you are exceptional people. Understand your exceptionality. You are exceptional people. Nobody has put in the kind of work that you have. Nobody. Nobody has been through what you have been through. Nobody has a relationship with this country that you have. Black Americans are the foundation of this country. Black Americans were the first ones to take a bullet for this country. Black people, we're one of the few people who have a constitutional relationship with this country. Your blood, sweat, and tears, it's in the soil. Your ancestors are in the soil of this damn country. Black Americans, you fought in every single war in this country. Some of the wars were against some of the people who are allowed to come over here and talk to you crazy. We're going to have to start getting folks right. And watch these people with the slick mouth. You're going to have to put some respect on the name. So you better understand that and let people know, family. And you're not going to come over here disrespectful, then all of a sudden when election time comes over, then all of a sudden you want to black it up. Now you want to dance and pop lock and all this old goofy nonsense, but you're not going to bring any tangibles to black folks. I had one immigrant, I think he was an African immigrant, he was trying to talk a little slick, asking me why am I critical of Kamala, and he was saying something to the effect of, well, I didn't know there was a litmus test to blackness. How come there has to be some kind of litmus test? And let me tell you something, there is a litmus test to blackness, because blackness ain't just your skin, it's in your mind. Because the thing is, when it comes to us getting some tangibles or voting for somebody, all of a sudden they want to make the thing into a beauty contest. It's how black somebody look. I don't give a damn how you look. What kind of policies are you going to implement? This ain't no beauty contest for me. They want black folks to just look at superficial nonsense. That's why when it comes to us, they step to us differently. When it comes to other groups, they're very serious, talking about policies, talking about immigration, talking about funding and grants and loans and buildings and land allotments and all that. They're talking about serious, tangible issues. When it comes to us, all of a sudden, let's put some music on and dance. That day is over. We turning the music off. Now we're going to have to talk about some of these resources, benefits, and tangibles. I don't need no more music. The music goes off. And the dude asked me, like I said, is there a litmus test? And I said, yes, there's a litmus test. The litmus test is how much are you trying to empower black people as a collective group? That is your litmus test for blackness. Are you trying to empower black folks as a group? That's how I judge your blackness. Because if you're trying to empower black people as a collective group, that means you're on code. When I ask you, what are you trying to do for the black group collectively? And you start talking about, well, all lives matter. Well, your blackness is questioned. When I talk to you about, okay, what are we going to do about getting some of this money and getting a collective economic base? Well, I don't think it should be dominated by black patriarchy. Okay, well, you ain't down. Your blackness is in question. When we start talking about getting some collective black power, and then you start talking about, well, I'm intersectional and my sexuality comes first, you ain't really on the same team as black empowerment, and your blackness is questioned. Do you understand? Then I had some people come to me, and I had a few people say, well, Kamala Harris, she black as hell because she went to an HBCU. That shows you she black. Damn it. Rachel Dolezal went to an HBCU. Rachel Dolezal went to Howard. If we gonna play that game, she went to Howard. What the hell does that mean? That ain't it right there. What are you going to do to empower the black collective? And they're going to try to avoid that question as much as possible. They're going out of their way to avoid that question. And what they're doing with Kamala, they're doing all this superficial nonsense to give the impression that she identifies with black society. Now, she was on the Daily Show some months ago. So, because again, they've been planning her running for a long time. So they've already set little BS in motion so they can go back and show that she was trying to identify with blackness. So there's something where she was doing some skit on the Daily Show where she was talking about running for president of Wakanda, something goofy. Listen to this. Hold on.
Hey, it's Kamala Harris, and this is my mood mix.
Okay, this ain't it. Hold on. Wait. That's it. Let me play the other thing. I want to play that secondly. Hold on. This is the Wakanda thing. Hold on.
To the lovely people of Wakanda, I know you will make the right choice. And as always, Wakanda forever. Paid for by Kamala Harris.
So she did this very corny skit. Okay. And as you see, I guess the talking about Black Panther and Wakanda shows your blackness. Okay. It was from somebody said it's from last year. I know it was from last year. It was from June or July of last year. I understand that. So, she was planting little seeds then. Now, she did this a couple of weeks ago. Now, this is what she did a couple of weeks ago. I think she was on the same show because, again, they're trying to give her some black credentials. So she did something called Mood Mix about music she listens to when she goes to the cookout. Notice all this hip hop stuff. All of a sudden, when it comes to pandering for the black vote, all of a sudden everything is yo hippity hop, word to your mother. You dig? Now listen to this.
Hey, it's Kamala Harris, and this is my mood mix.
Okay. Here this goes. Now listen.
A song that has always made me dance. Check the rhyme, A Tribe Called Quest. I'm talking about Fife.
Okay.
A song from my favorite movie, Purple Rain by Prince.
Hold on. Let me.
And Shallow by Lady Gaga.
Okay, so she's naming all. Okay,
so,
let me just stop right there. So she's going down the list naming all these songs. She said one of her favorite songs, Tribe Called Quest. She loves her some Tribe Called Quest. Ain't That Right, Fife? Family, do y'all know this woman is so out of the loop, she didn't even know that Fife died? Family, listen to me. The woman is so out of the loop, she couldn't even fake this. I love Tribe Called Quest. Ain't That Right, Fife? The woman don't even know Fife been dead for 2 years. Let that sink in, family. And the people who wrote this for her, why didn't they tell her? She clearly doesn't know. Are we being punked, family? Are we being damn punked? Are we being punked at this point? I mean, do they want Trump to win again? I mean, what are they doing? Nobody told her that Fife. Nobody, because probably the people on her campaign, it was probably some white people who didn't know. It was probably some white people who wrote this BS and they didn't know. Clearly it was because a black person would have known this. A black person would have known this. Even a corny black person would have known this. it must have been a white person on the campaign team who said, hey, let's get some hippity hop music, and you shout out some of your favorite, and we'll just write the artist down, and you'll shout them out. How about a Tribe Called Quest? Who's that? What's that? Yeah, it's let me Wikipedia. No. Oh yeah, I remember when I was in college. It was Q-Tip and Phife Dawg. So give a shout out to one of them. Okay. Oh my God. You understand what we're dealing with, family? And let me play some more. She was, let me play some more of it. Hold on.
By Bob Marley and the Wailers. Right? The sun is shining and the rain. A song that reminds me of Howard University, my alma mater, the Mecca, the real HU. Push It by Salt and Pepper.
Okay.
Because it was a real hit song when I was there. Favorite song.
Oh God. Okay. Oh my goodness. A song that reminded me of my HB. She had to throw that in. She got to remind you that she went to an HBCU and she said salt and pepper. And I don't even think she said pepper. It sounded like she said salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. Hold on. Okay, but the whole world is just going to hell right now. God damn.
Because it was a real hit song. Push It by Salt and Pepper.
She said salt and pepper.
Because
by Salt and Paprika. I mean Salt and Peppermint. What's the name of the group? Oh yeah, Salt and Pepper. Yeah, that's I love it. Yeah, because it was a real hit. Yeah, that's why I liked it. God damn. Hold on. One more time. Hold on.
That reminds me of Howard University, my alma mater, the Mecca, the real HU. Push It by Salt and Pepper. Because it was a real hit song when I was there.
She can't even get the lie out.
Favorite song from my childhood, Young, Gifted, and Black by Aretha Franklin. A song that makes me think of my birthplace, Oakland. Anything by Too Short. Too Short.
Too Short.
A song by one of my favorite.
You think she listened to some damn Too Short and Salt and Pepper? Oh God. Oh goodness. Oh, well, and one of my favorite songs is Ice Mule. I mean, Ice Cube. Yeah, Ice Cube. Yeah, I love him. And Mary J. Garage. She's, yeah. And Gerald Leathercoat. I mean, Gerald Levert. Oh yeah, I really liked him. Shout out to Gerald Levert. Like he's dead. Oh, my bad. Who else I like? Chief Sweat. Oh no, Chief Keef. Oh, Chief Keef. Yeah, I like Chief Keef. Oh God. Oh my God, family. Oh goodness. I can't, guys. And these people are getting mad at you for not falling for this con game. This is how stupid they think we are. This is how stupid they think we are to go for this. She ain't even saying it right. She ain't even believing it. She don't even believe what she talking about. So we supposed to believe it? This is how goddamn dumb they think we are. I love Salt and Parmesan. I love their record. I love that record. It's so good. It was so good when I went to Howard and I had some individuals. But God. But the thing is, when we question this garbage that they're doing, this farce, this embarrassment of a campaign that they're doing, when we start to question it, they're like, oh, well, you questioning her damn blackness. How dare you? And that's the argument that they're going to try to use, family. They're going to try to run with that argument. That's going to be the narrative because they're going to really play that up in order to deflect from the fact that she's not going to speak about giving tangibles to us. So they're going to really use her ethnicity as a distraction tactic to get us to stop talking about tangibles. I'm telling you, that's what they're doing. They're prepping it up. So anytime we start talking about what's black folks going to get, well, you know that a lot of black people are giving her a hard time, guys. Come on now. And they're already starting to do this. Now, let me put this on the screen here. Right here, this was an article that came out today with the Daily Cost. Now, this is a well-known mainstream white media outlet. This came out today. Kamala Harris not black enough, so says Tariq Nasheed. So they're already starting. They done put articles about me already. They're going to have a gang of articles about me trying to use me as a proxy. But this just came out today. And I didn't even say that. I didn't say she wasn't black enough. I said this is some bullshit that y'all doing. These tactics that you're using, her dancing and naming off records and mispronouncing rappers' names and shouting out dead rappers. And this is a farce. So they're trying to use shaming tactics already. And then what they're going to do, they're going to try to turn it into a narrative of acceptance. Black folks are the real face of racism. Black folks are going to have to learn how to be more accepting. Black people are the face of real racism. So that's a con game. Because understand this, like I said, man, it's going to be very dangerous if she were to get in office, and I don't think she has a chance. People can see through the BS already, so I don't think she has a chance. But the thing is, they're going to try hard because you got all the boule butter biscuit eaters. You know, they've been promised jobs. That NAACP Ebony Root crowd, they would love her in there because they smell biscuits, and the white liberal women, they're going to give them jobs, those little handful of butter biscuit eating Negroes. So they're really fighting to push her and campaign for her. And Roland, he said something slick about me. So they're already going in. And again, I'm just a proxy. They're going to start doing this to a lot of us. But understand this. They always try to get that mulatto factor, that mulatto immigrant factor into high offices here, as opposed to us. See, the thing that gave Obama cred was Michelle. Michelle, being a black Native American, a descendant of slavery. When I say Native American, I'm not talking about Pocahontas type. We are native to America because we built the country. So we are native. Black people who descended from slavery, we are natives to this country, America. We're not immigrants. We are the foundation of the country. Huge difference. And because we have that real history with this land, with this soil, we are non-immigrants. We should never, ever, ever let them lump us into the same category as immigrants because we are not. I wish black folks understand that. But Michelle Obama, she was the Trojan horse. You know, she gave Obama street cred. See, Kamala has a white husband, so she don't have that. So they're trying to get her some cred. That's why they're starting early. They're trying their damnedest to get her some cred, something that will attach her to black Americans so that we can identify her, because what they're trying to do is use the whole black women thing, and black women ain't feeling her. Black women ain't feeling no Kamala Harris. I ain't talking about those butter biscuit bedwenches who's LGBT or trying to swirl. The average native black American woman does not identify with Kamala because you understand her type. That's the kind, these people who come over there, second-gen immigrants who come over here and think that they're better than African American or black American women. And these are the people who get like supervisor jobs, and they are the buffer between the white bosses and you. So these are the ones who snitch on you all the time at the job. And look at Kamala's record with her supporting race soldiers. Same mentality. Same mentality. You dig? But the thing is, they always want to get that mulatto factor in public office. Because the thing is, when I mean high public office, around the White House, when you get around the White House, I want you to look at how they get down. They don't want nobody going up there close to the reins of power who's not a full-blooded coon like Clarence Thomas. With Clarence Thomas, they screened him for years to make sure, they made sure he was a nice, good coon. And that whole Anita Hill thing, that was a setup by them to kind of keep him in check. Like, look, nigga, you get out of line, we know how to put a scandal on your little ass. So don't get out of line. We got a whole bunch of Anita Hills waiting on you. So they were kind of hazing him to a certain degree. But they like to get these second-gen immigrants, because if they get a person who comes from the bloodline of American slaves in this country, they don't want nobody getting up into the reins of power that might get some ancestral memories and start talking about reparations. You understand? Because they know that Native Black Americans, we deserve reparations, and they don't want to put nobody who's from that up there in the reins of power, because they know that's going to be on the back of their minds. They know that's going to be in the back of their minds. But with somebody like Obama's not a Native. He was never a Native Black American. He was a second-gen immigrant, an African immigrant with a white mother. So there was no real connection with Native Black American people. Again, his connection was Michelle. And Michelle was the one that kind of made us gravitate towards Obama like that. You dig? So those are the people they want in power. Same thing with other people in the White House. Look at Colin Powell. Colin Powell's from he's from Jamaica, I think. Colin Powell's family, they're Jamaica. They come from that mulatto Jamaican upper echelon class out there. And then you look at Eric Holder. I think his people are from Barbados. They come from that same, look at the pattern, that same upper echelon class. Same thing with Eric Holder. Eric Holder and Colin Powell and Obama, they're not going to talk about reparations because they wouldn't get none. Think about this, family. Yeah, Colin Powell is Jamaican. So them talking about reparations, it's nothing in that for them. So see, we got to understand how they try to play the beauty contest game with us. They'll put somebody up there who look like us and even talk like us a little bit, but in their minds, they think there's something else. And the things that we need and desire and the energy that we have on this land, it's not there. They don't have that connection. And also, they understand. And Kamala, look at Kamala Harris. Her family, they're from Jamaica, from that same mulatto class. Same thing. Same thing. Now they got Kamala Harris. They're really trying to push her. And the thing is, they understand that these people are going to have less of a connection with us to do something tangible, but they will have more of a connection to do something for other immigrants. This is why they start running on an immigration platform. You notice that? All of them run on that immigration platform for the most part. Because that benefits other people to come over here and replace us. See, that's a social design. What it's really about, they want to replace Native Black American people. And if they slowly replace us and kind of get us out the mix, well, we don't owe nobody nothing no more. Because see, we understand white supremacy more than any other group. We know them. We've been around them for the longest over here. And there's certain things at the end of the day that we won't put up with. Native Black Americans who are descendant of slavery, we're one of the few people that will rise up on some white supremacists as a group. Think about this, family. When you look at other groups, now, back in the day, you had some of the Caribbeans would get down. Back in the 1800s, they would get down against the white supremacists. They would. But a lot of that class has been neutralized. We're not talking about 200 years ago. We're talking about now, in recent times. The only people that will get down on a white supremacist's ass as a group is really Black Americans. We're the only ones that'll really get down when when we get fed up. Haitians too. I think they'll still get down. Yeah, they'll get down. The South Africans are starting to come around. I don't know what's taking so long for them. They letting the white supremacists slap them around like that, but you know. But the thing is, they're trying to socially engineer where they can just kind of replace us. Just like speaking of Haiti, they tried to do that in Haiti. Y'all need to go get the movie 1804. You can get it at 1804movie.com, or you can get it in the package deal at hiddencolorsfilm.com. And we talk about in Haiti, when the French were fighting the Haitian revolutionaries, they said Napoleon, who was in charge at the time, who was running France, he said, okay, these niggas are tainted. These black folks, we can't get them in control no more. We cannot control these blacks no more. The spirit of freedom is already there. They've been tainted. So only thing we can do is kill all of them off, and then we'll just go to Africa and get some more. And that's when they sent over General Rochambeau. They sent over all those demonic generals, and the black folks rose up on them. But they were planning on wiping out all the black folks in Haiti and replacing them with a whole new crop of people. And it looked like they're trying to do the same thing over here with Native Black Americans. This is why we really got to circle our wagons and watch these people who come from other countries who are hostile towards us. We're going to have to cut that short. We got to start cutting that short now. You dig? Because they're like, y'all Negroes got a big chip on your shoulder. And you damn right we do. And we got to get on code and circle our wagons. And whoever isn't on code, we're not rocking with you. And with Kamala Harris, you're not on code with us, and we're not rocking with you. And the thing is, you know, they're going to try us with the Kamala Harrises and the Obamas. This is why the white liberals and the white powers that be fund them to push an LGBT movement within black society. What they do, they push immigration so that other people can come in and be hostile towards us and replace us. The immigrant groups in the last 50 years, and I keep saying this, and nobody has refuted me or came up with a debunking of what I'm saying, because you can't. We have helped every single one of these groups as a collective. Everything about them coming over here is a come up based on us helping them. Nothing they do as a group has helped us. They have not helped us one iota as a group, and that's the reality. So that's that. And then with the LGBT promotion in black society, they try to neutralize our warrior class. That's why they keep spewing this toxic masculinity stuff. We were going in on the root. You look at the Mute the Root hashtag, we were pointing out some of their toxic masculinity posts that they do. And remember, the Root is white owned. So you have these white owned, quote unquote, black publications running all these toxic black masculinity stories. That's very dangerous. These people are putting a target on the backs of black people. When you label people toxic, anything toxic, the first frame of mind is to get rid of the thing that's toxic. The first frame of mind is to eradicate what is toxic, neutralize what is toxic. If you say that black people are toxic, you're letting people know these folks should be neutralized. These are other butter biscuit eating Negroes who are selling us out. We got to understand how dangerous that Root, Ebony, Essence, NAACP crowd can be. We have to understand how dangerous that is, family, and that's not a joke. Exit Ebony, Mute the Root. We're using two hashtags, Exit Ebony and Mute the Root. Somebody asked, am I going to run for president? And I asked that question on Twitter because I thought about that. Not in hopes of winning, you know. I may or may not win. But even if I did not, I would run just to get certain issues that we need out to the public. Because people always say, well, you don't like what's happening, won't you run? I'll run. I'll get out there and run. And I put all types of black issues on the table to put them out there and put them out there in the lexicon so that people will know that there are certain things that we need. And I would show people how to do it and how to ask for it and at least create a template. at least create a template for it. But I would have to get some campaign paper. I would have to get this thing popping so I can get security, because they'll try to wipe me out just for running. But like I said, this whole toxic masculinity garbage that they like to push and the buck breaking that they like to do with black males, we can't fall for that, and we can't let these Negroes get with the white supremacists and run that game on us. And this is the thing, me and Terry Crews acted, I know a lot of people are asking, me and the actor Terry Crews, we've been going at it for a couple of days on Twitter. Me and Terry Crews, the actor, and let me say this, Terry Crews as an actor, some of the stuff he does is funny. I don't dislike Terry. I do not dislike Terry, but Terry's kind of going around doing the Bill Cosby thing, kind of talking down on black society, talking about toxic masculinity. He's been going on this little thing where he goes around kind of talking slick about black society. And I got a problem with that. And it's, you know, he did something where he was talking about we should forgive Donald Sterling. He did that a while back, and he's been soft shoeing for a long time. Terry Crews has been soft shoeing for a long time and going around with this. The soft shoeing is getting to a hardcore tap. And he goes around talking about how we gotta be, you know, he was jumping on the whole R. Kelly thing. So he's jumping on all these women's movements basically to use as a cover for his buck dancing. Yeah, so he got with the whole Me Too crowd, and he's really trying to pander to the white audience because of that little lawsuit thing that he tried to, I don't know if did he file a lawsuit against the dude who groped him? Because I think he kind of burned a couple of bridges doing that, and somebody got in his ear. So now, in order to make up for that, he's doing some extra buck dancing. So this is how the beef got started. Terry put up a tweet. He put this tweet up where he's in a pink suit, jumping up, bucking his eyes. And he tweeted, "The floor is toxic masculinity. Jump." And I tweeted that. I retweeted it. I said, "Brother, no, brother, no." And then a lot of people start going in on him under the tweet that I put up. But I said, "Terry, no, brother. This is buck dancing right here. This ain't even soft shoeing. This is just buck dancing right now. Okay, you're pandering, brother, and it looks goofy. You don't have to do that." And I'm trying to talk to him like a G. I wasn't trying to. I wasn't trying to dump on him, but I'm like, brother, this ain't it, bruh. Then he blocked me. Then he unblocked me. Then he started responding a day later. He was like, and I'm paraphrasing. What did he say? He said he tried to change the subject. Well, shouldn't we stand up for some black women? You know, he's using that whole con game where he's buck dancing for black women. And I said, brother, let's not go there. This ain't for black women. This is just you buck dancing, because under his post, no black women were commenting. I said, brother, this ain't for sisters. This is just you trying to get brownie points. No, I got a black wife, a black mother. I got black daughters. I'm trying to make sure they don't have to deal with no toxic masculinity. I said, brother, I have a black mother, black wife, black daughter, black female employees, the whole thing. But I ain't buck dancing for white people. Let me tell y'all something. When people start talking about this, we did the black women's, we got to do this for some black women. That's a con game within itself. As a black man, taking care of black women is a given. Ain't nothing you got to go around bragging about, Negro. As a black man, taking care of black women is a given. I don't have to go around bragging about that. I take care of my mother, my wife, my daughter. Y'all see that? I take care of I have black female employees full time. I don't have to go around bragging about that. You see that. If there's black people in the community who need something, black women who are business owners, you see that I've donated to dozens of black women business owners, sisters who own schools. Ain't nothing really to go around shouting every day. You a black man, you supposed to do that type of shit. You supposed to. Me and we got to fight for the black women. I'm gonna tap dance for the black women's. You just do it. So anytime they doing all that, making this big old fuss, and especially when you see suspected white supremacists doing that, they really need to sit their ass down. When I see them, hey, what about the black women? How come you're supporting R. Kelly? And what about the black women? If y'all don't shut up, y'all sit up and let race soldiers beat up black women, kill black women, hang black women, rape black women. Y'all don't say nothing. Now y'all want to jump up in our faces talking about black women. Y'all don't give a damn about no black woman. Stop it. That's another. I despise this whole thing where they're trying to exploit black women. This whole fake, we got to do it for the black women. Those white feminist groups, they do that. They're very good at that. If you go to a lot of those white feminist websites, they got all types of black women on there. Little black girls who hair ain't done, all that shit. They got all that on those white feminist websites. Look at this little girl. She's neglected. Ain't nobody done her hair. She's hungry. Send me some donations so we can get her a hot comb. And these black girls don't get none of the money. They always exploiting little black girls and black women in general. These white organizations, they always running that damn con game, including the Me Too. That ain't nothing but a finesse. They don't do jack squat for black girls. Nothing. They don't build no institutions. Don't let them run that game on you. And people were calling out to, what's her name? Tamara Burke. What's her name? Tiana Burke. And I put up a quote of her where she said, quote, "Why is it my job to go after white men?" So that shows you where she is and where the whole Me Too movement is. But as far as Terry Crews, I'm trying to talk to him on some man to man. I said, brother, you don't have to do all that buck dancing, brother. And then he got on some stuff like, you ain't my brother. I said, okay, we going there, dude. I said, Terry, we going there, brother. I'm trying to talk with love to you, brother. You ain't my brother. When they start talking, I said, okay, we going there. I said, then I had to get him. I said, Terry, brother, you didn't have all that energy when that white man was grabbing your crotch. And then people really start clowning. Terry, you didn't have all that energy when the white man grabbed your ding-a-ling. So don't get all swole up in your chest now, player. Terry Crews, because I know you're listening, Terry. Don't get swole up in your chest now when the white man grabbed your dick and balls, brother. You didn't have all that energy. The white man grabbed your dick and balls. Then you went around going on tour dumping on black folks. Oh, black folks is toxic. And the white man grabbed your dick and balls in front of your wife. He really didn't like that, but I don't give a damn. Terry. Because all that buck dancing that you doing, that gave them a green light. You dig, Terry? Because the thing is, man, when I walk into a room of white people, I go in a man and I walk out a man. That's just my own personal thing. When I walk into a room full of white people, because the thing is, people like to get all huffy and puffy around black folks, but when they get around white folks, all of a sudden, you start buck dancing and bucking your eyes. See, I walk in like a man and I walk out like a man, and there's nothing they can do or offer or give me that's going to make me change that. You dig? But when Terry walks in the room, he walks out like this. He walks in like a man and then walks out with a lace front and a halter top. And that's not how I get down. That don't work for me. You dig? We built different. We built way different, brother. And I know you act and you got to do what you got to do for a check, but I don't get down like that. Just the thought of me doing something like that, I just wouldn't do that. So this is why he's all clicked in with The Root too. The Root, they're doing good articles on him and they've been co-signing him under their little troll bot accounts. See, Terry, the reason why the white dude grabbed up on you like that is because you gave off certain energy that let him know it was okay for him to do that. And, you know, Terry did a lot of splaining afterwards. Oh, I didn't want to do nothing to mess up my career. I could have done something, but it would have messed my career up. Dude, let me tell you something. There's certain brothers out here, myself included, where a white male wouldn't even think about doing no shit like that to him, me included. Some of my players in this chat room right here, no white man or any other man would even think about doing anything like that to him. I'm one of those people too. There was some energy, some buck dancing, tap dancing energy that gave him the green light to even step to you like that. They wouldn't even approach me like that. Ain't nobody ever approached me like that because they know through my energy I would knock every goddamn tooth out of their heads. They already know. Give a damn about what job you gonna give me? You can't pay me for no shit like that. This is macking, not hoeing. I wrote the art of macking, not the art of bitch-madeness. They're not playing that game with me at all because they know just by my energy, just by my posture, it ain't gonna turn out right for them. I don't need an acting job that damn bad. Yeah, and I don't desire nothing like that to have my dignity taken. Nah. I'm doing good. I ain't never had my dignity taken, and I'm living pretty damn good. I want black men to know this. You don't have to drop your dignity to get anything, to get the damn bag. You can live lovely. You can live nice while having dignity. I want black men to understand this. Don't ever let people promote this narrative that you got to spread them cheeks open in order to get something because there's no other way. Nah. That's what being a hustler is about. You can hustle the game. There's all types of things you can do besides show up like this. You understand me? There's a lot of things you can do as a man to get the bag without going out like this. I'm going to have dignity first. With whatever I do. When I walk into the room with people in the dominant society, I walk in a man, I'm coming out a man in my suit, suited and booted, suit still on, tie laced up, everything looking fresh and fly. I'm not coming in there like a man and coming out in a damn negligee and rollers. I ain't coming out like that. Understand me? So family, have dignity with whatever you do. Don't let them buck break you. As men, we need our warrior class. Don't be just big and swole for nothing. We need a warrior class. We need that. There's nothing wrong with that. You running around in a sundress talking about some toxic masculinity. Damn all that. We need a warrior class. Black men, we're supposed to protect our families, women, our communities as a given. We ain't got to go around white folks buck dancing. Well, I love me some black women. I'm cooning for you, for some black women too. No. We don't play that game. We don't play that game at all. But anyway, like I said, man, when the elections come up 2020, we're not going for the okie doke. We're not going for the whole con game. We're not going for the finesse. We want tangible, quantifiable things from whatever politician is trying to get our vote. Black people, we are more politically savvy We're not going to let them talk to us like we're stupid. You ain't gonna turn on the music and start dancing and shouting out Salt and Paprika and Fife and all that and rappers who ain't here no more. You're not gonna do that. We're not going for that no more. We want tangible benefits for black people specifically. We want you to say our name. We are not talking about minorities, people of color. We are not the same. We do not have the same relationship to this country as these other people. We are a unique people. We have very special needs. There are things that happen to us that do not happen to other people, and it should be corrected specifically with us, and that's how we're gonna roll. And we gotta stop being scared, and any Negroes off code, look into their background and oust them away from us, and you make them a pariah. And all of these publications, these buck dancing coon publications like The Root and Ebony, Mute The Root, Exit Ebony, we're going to have to make them pariahs among Native Black American society. We're going to have to get on code, and we are getting on code. Shout out to everybody who's been doing the First Them promotion. That thing has been heavy. First Them has been making waves. They've been having nervous breakdowns over First Them. They've been losing their minds. They've been forced to talk about white predators. They've been forced to talk about Bryan Singer and all these people that we keep putting into the forefront. That's what being on code is. We got to stop being fearless and be 100% on code and go on the offensive with this, family. So let's keep that movement going. Anyway, guys, go get your packages at hiddencolorsfilm.com. I'm thinking about doing a one-day package deal because I know Valentine's is coming up. So I used to do the Macish package for Valentine's. So I might do something on February 1st. Do like a 1 or 2 day sale so that people can have Valentine's gifts ready. So I'm thinking about doing that. Might have a real good 1 day sale from some for a lot of the items at our company, like some shirts, DVDs, books, stuff like that. So I'm thinking about doing that, having a 1 day joint just for the 300. You dig? But anyway, man, go to hiddencolorsfilm.com to get the Hidden Colors 1 through 3, 4, and HCO 1804 package. Also go to minkslide.com and get the Mink Slide album. Also get those Hotep shirts at TariqElite.com. Go to TariqElite.com. And hey, we got to keep that First Them movement going, family. Y'all click the link below. Everybody, if you have not made a donation this week, make a donation to FirstThem.com. First Them, man, this thing is a monster. We got to keep it going, family. FirstThem.com. Make a donation to FirstThem.com. Let's stay on code, family. Mute the root. I'm a holler.